Good morning, everyone. Welcome to JockJive Sports presentation of the 2024 Dixie Softball World Series here in Prince George County, Virginia, at the J.E.J. Moore Sports Complex, just inside. I gotta get that right. I knew I'd start off Disputanta, Virginia, and it was back in. Just after World War II, the town was named that because there was a big dispute on what to name it. So they put the word dispute in, so Disputanta. Anyway, I'm Trey James, your announcer, and I'll be here for this game between Virginia and Alabama. Alabama being the home team today and Virginia being the away team. Virginia is the only undefeated team right now in this tournament for the Angels. And if they win today, they win the series. If they lose, they will play another game at 1 o'clock, roughly 1 o'clock. And then we will have a playoff at that point with Alabama, since Alabama has lost one game so far during this tournament. And the rules are if you lose two, you're out. So there you go. Anyway, we're here. It's overcast. Kind of helps the players so they don't get beat on by the sun. But it looks like rain is threatening, and it could be within the next couple hours. So if you have anything or any connections with the guy upstairs, would you please say some prayers and hold the rain off long enough to where, if needed, we can play a second game. But if it's over and one and done, I'm good with that as well. Okay, so like I said, we have Virginia and Alabama facing off. They have come a long road doing locals, districts, regionals, state, which got them here for the World Series. And they've had to play a round robin of games with other players from other states. And those states were including, let's see, here we go, Alabama, the Alabama Angels, the Prince George, who are the host, team from Virginia, team from Florida, team from North Carolina, Louisiana, another team from Virginia, Tennessee, South Carolina, and that was it. So basically the southeast portion of the United States, all except Georgia. And I don't know why they didn't participate. They might be in a different softball conference, so don't know. But those were the states that are represented. And over 600 people, players and coaches, have showed up for this event during the last 2 weeks. And it was, well, let's just say sometimes it was raining really hard, and other times it was sunny and bright. So we had all that information to deal with. I'm just not happy with that monsoon that came through on Monday last week. That opened up the skies and just buried us in water. But we were able to survive it. And with that in mind, we're hoping that that holds off today. Well, we're about to start here. We're going to have the announcer for the field call out the names of the players, and I'll back off the mic so you can hear that. And then we'll have the national anthem and the prayer, and then the game will begin roughly in about 8 minutes. And during that time, I will talk to you about the events that have occurred leading up to it, and then also some of the sponsors that have been very helpful supplying funds to make this event go. We had Waste Not Trash and Recycling in here, also with Buds and Suds. We also have Virginia American Water, Huddle House, Advent 6, Star Express, the Stadola, it's a gathering place like a restaurant, and Prince George Electric Cooperative. Also have Inn and Suites, Huber, Johnny's Towing, and the Surrey Seafood Company and Touchstone Bank.
Welcome to the World Series Championship game between Virginia and Alabama. Players, please come out when your name is called and line up at your respective foul line. For Virginia, we have Reese Toombs, number 15. Number 2, Marissa Lee. Number 19, Zai Whitehead. Number 23, Aubrey Barton. Number 7, Avery Barton. Number 8, Madeline Tatum. Number 16, Harley Nelson. Manager Brian Barton.
And those were your players for Virginia.
Coaches, Katie Lane and Jessica Tatum. And for Alabama, we have number 16, Ann Vickers. Number 9, Eliza Brazington. Number 6, Catherine Pettyjohn.
Play ball. All right, there we go. Well, we're moments away from starting the game here. Teams are gathered around their coaches. Umpires are talking it over with themselves to see what's going on and how they're going to address the game. It's pretty much the same day as yesterday, except there's only 2 teams left. And this is going to be the culmination of all the hard work and effort put in by all these players and coaches, and time the parents have dedicated to their children, and hopefully they are all getting the enjoyment and success out of those endeavors. If you did not hear the announcements for the players, I will give out their names as they come to the plate, and I will give them information about how they're doing. And we will go from there. Alabama gives one last cheer. Virginia gives one last cheer. And we want to give a special shout out to the national commissioners here. Leyland Gaston was the commissioner for the Sweeties, Arnold King for the Darlings, Danny Brooks for the Angels, Jim Williams for the Ponytails, Dan Stewart for the Bells, and Ron Hudson for the Debs. The national directors for each state was Joel Folkowski from Alabama, Doug Garrett from Louisiana, Reggie Evanson from North Carolina, Lee Ellis from South Carolina, Ted Helmsley from Tennessee, and Terry Everett from Virginia. So we are here gathered for one more game. Unless Virginia loses, then we'll play one more game. But Virginia right now is the only undefeated team during this tournament. Alabama has 1 loss, and the rules are if you lose 2, you're out. So here we are, down to Virginia and Alabama. And I understand it's Brian Barton's birthday today. I don't know how old he is, and I wouldn't give it out even if I did. Oh, wait a minute, that's for a woman. Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, guys don't really care about age. I mean, today actually is my birthday. I turned 61. I earned every year, every trip around the sun. So right now, starting today, I'm on my 62nd trip around the sun, and I will complete that on this day next year. All right, we have number 16. Oh, wait a minute. No, that's not correct. They were giving out the battery mates. The pitcher for Alabama is Catherine Pettyjohn. She's the pitcher, and Ann Vickers is the catcher. Up the bat will be number 15, Reese Toombs. She plays shortstop today, and she's followed by number 2, Marissa Lee, the right center fielder, and rounding it off will be Jolie Lane, number 10, the pitcher for Virginia. So here we go. First pitch is a strike. It was right down the pike. And it's going to be a good game today, I can just tell. And the pitch. The ball is hit down third base line out of bounds. That was a solid rocket shot down the third base line. Brings the count to 0-2. Toombs steps back into the box, hits the plate with her bat, and delivery. Swing and a miss. The ball is dropped, and she walks out of the box, so no need for the tag. So as a strikeout, 1 out here in the top of the first. And as usual, we will only play 5 innings, unless they're tied at the bottom of the 5th, and then they continue on. I understand we had a 13-inning game the other day over in the auxiliary fields. It was not broadcasted, but it will happen. That was a strike to Marissa Lee, number 2. She's the right center fielder. She's batting right. That's ball. It's a little high. So Pettyjohn has been pitching very well during the course of this tournament. They are limited to 17 innings, so they had to use everybody with a little sparity on that matter, or sparseness. There you go. My English teacher would have been looking at me very sternly with a ruler in her hand. So we got a count of 1-2. 2-2 to count to Lee. She steps out of the box and looks down at the coach. And he's advising her to just play within yourself and relax. 2-2 to count. Low ball 3. Nerves and jitters and anxieties rule the roost here. It is the last game as far as Virginia is concerned if they win. But they just want to get a win. Either team does. And that's a strikeout by Pettijohn. All right, we have number 10, Jolie Lane. She's pitching today. She bats right. Pettijohn's right down the middle for a strike. So we got 2 outs here in the top of the first. 0-1 to count to Lane. And Lane will be pitching for the Virginia team when she gets out there. Strike 2. I got to say, these last several games have been very defensive and pitcher-oriented. The scoring has not been very high. 1-0, 3-2. You know, it's always been within a run or two, and not high. But it's just shows a testament of the abilities of these players. And that's a strike 3 on Lane. And now the inning is over. And we go to the bottom of the first as Pettijohn strikes out the side. So Pettijohn strikes out the size. She's been striking out a lot of batters, and I'm talking like 9, 10, 12 batters a game. She has an arm. I would not be surprised if, say, in 7 to 10 years, she is in the Olympics. And there are several players here, like I say, are pre-Olympian players. But they got to want it. They shouldn't be pushed to it. They got to want to do it. That way the drive is there and the happiness is there. And I know they'll probably go through more pain and suffering before then. But if that's not within themselves, I wouldn't push it on them. But I can see Pettijohn does have the ability to do it. All right, as Lane gets to the within the pitcher's mound, she delivers down to her battery mate Emma Barton. And the chants continue. They really do need to do a recording of some of these kids doing the chants. Go in the recording studio, make an album. They probably do sell a bunch and then use it as a fundraiser. And then when all the kids lose their voices from screaming so much, they can just use that as a playback. All right, as Barton throws the ball down to second base, signifying that they are ready. All the infielders gather around the mound for their little rituals. They always spin their gloves and tap them in front of each other, and it's just fun to watch. We have Ann Vickers, number 16, coming to the plate. She is the catcher for Alabama. She'll be followed by Liza Brassington, the shortstop, and then Catherine Pettijohn, the pitcher. And the pitch is fouled off. Fouls it off to the right and then is redirected by the deflection down to the left. It's like a pinball machine over here. But that is still a strike, and that's how we'll bring it up. Vickers sets herself. And the pitch. That is inside for a ball. As Lane delivers, high and outside. Lane is a good pitcher in her own right. She is probably I hate to say this, is the second best pitcher on the team. Mallory Barton is the best pitcher they have, but she had pitched yesterday to make sure that they could get into the World Series. But I'm sure she has some innings in her in case they need her later on. That pitch is hit straight up the middle. Vickers is safe at first with a base hit, went right by Lane's legs, over the second base bag, and into center field. So she is now on base. And up comes Eliza Brasington, the number nine player who plays shortstop for Alabama. And since we have a player blocking our cameras, we'll just go to this shot. Lane looks in on Barton. Swing and a miss. And Vickers was thinking about going, but decided to get back. So it was a swing and a miss for Brasington. And Lane delivers. And that ball is hit to the right side. First baseman picks it up. That is, where is she? I don't see her. There she is. Caden's friend. Caden's friend is the first baseman. So Brasington goes down 3 unassisted if you're keeping score at home, and Vickers moves to second on the play. So now we have 1 out. Vickers at second, and a fresh count to Catherine Pettijohn, the pitcher, as a strike. Vickers dances off the line. Lane delivers, fouls off by Pettijohn. The count now is 0-2. You got 1 out here in the bottom of the first. The score is 0-0. And I repeat, do not ask me who's winning. And that ball is hit down to the third baseline. Third baseman throws it over to first. Friend is able to get that for the second out. Third baseman for Virginia is Mallory Barton. She is the, like I said, she was the main pitcher for Virginia during this run. So now we have 2 outs. And player at third, Vickers, sorry. I didn't have that up there. Lane looks in on Peyton White, number 7, who's the third baseman. She swings and a miss. It's kind of like she was thinking about swinging, and in the middle of it decided not to, and then it was too late. I guess you could call it a half-hearted swing, but I don't really like saying that because they like to put their heart into all the swings. Oh, that is low and inside. Vickers thinks about going, but the ball does bounce back properly to Barton, and she is forced back to third. So that's 1-1 the count to White. As a ball. Thought I heard somebody say strike, but it wasn't the umpire. And if you can hear the chants coming from the Virginia team, it seems that the pitcher, Jolie Lane, her nickname is Honey. That ball hits White, and she goes off to first. So White is hit by a pitch. That puts runners at the corners with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. And we have a slight break. Because of White, I believe she trying to recover from being hit by that pitch. The umpire gives her knuckles. Everybody's good. All right, White is good to go. Yeah, it kind of brushed right against her stomach, in the left side of her rib cage possibly. And yeah, ball being thrown 40, 50 miles an hour hitting your rib cage is not a happy event. And that ball is hit into right field, and it is down. So Vickers scores. White is over to third, and that is Perez. Dahlia Perez. We got a run at plate. White did not make it to the plate. White did not make it to the plate. She is tagged out at home, and that is the end of the inning. But one run does come in. One run does come in. Perez hit that ball in the right field and was heading to second as White was heading to third, and there was a ball thrown home, and the ball got away from the catcher, so White decided to go in. And as she was coming in, the pitcher, Lane, covered the plate, and then the catcher, Emma Barton, threw the ball to her, and White slid, but her foot never made it to the plate, and that's why she was tagged out. Well, an exciting bottom of the fourth there. We do have one run in now, so Alabama has scored one. We are in the top of the second. With a score 1-0, we'll be back here. Thank you for watching JockJive Sports. I'm Trey James, and we'll be back right after this commercial. Okay, as we're here now on top of the second, we have, let's see who's coming in. That'd be Caden's friend, Mallory Barton, and Emma Barton coming to the plate. Pettijohn is pitching still for Alabama. So Caden's friend, number 14, she's the first baseman for Virginia. And she's done very well so far. She's able to get the ball received from all the players. They're throwing it to her. And she grounds out to the shortstop. And the shortstop for Alabama being Eliza Brazington. She throws it over to Allie Armstead for the first out in the inning. So that is a 6-3 put out if you're marking down on your book at home. All right, we got one out now, and we have Mallory Barton at the plate, number 9. She's playing third base right now. That was a called strike from Pettijohn. And the pitch is a little high. And that is high, ball 2. And as you can hear, the wind is blowing a little bit. And it's blowing in from left to right now, third to first. That is a ball 3. So it's 3-1 to count to Barton. With one out here in the top of the second. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Bringing the count to full. There's a timeout by the catcher Vickers, who's looking to get adjustments in her equipment. Those straps behind the knees can dig in pretty good if it's too tight. So she is now set. Barton steps back into the box, and Pettijohn is ready to deliver. And that is fouled back, hits the backstop. Count remains 3-2. And the pitch. And that is hit over to the second baseman. Just goes past Perez into right center field. So Barton is on first with a single. So Emma Barton comes to the plate. She is number 22. And I think we got a clear camera here. There we go. Yeah, in the bottom of the first, we had the center fielder blocking the view of the plate. Number 5 Painter is there in this inning, but she is far left enough to where we can see the pitcher and the batter. So the count is 0-1, and now it's 1-1 to Barton. And we have a shoelace dilemma over at first base from Mallory Barton. The umpires will stop the game, and it's for safety reasons. You go running down from one base to another and your shoelaces are untied, you can flip yourself easily. So in this case, they always take time out for tying your shoes. And this is where you need that double bunny ear tie so you can keep it from untying next time. And that is the count from the ump. Ball 2, little high. All right, we're back to this shot. And we can still see the pitcher and batter, so that's good. I guess with that little break with the tying the shoes threw off Pettyjohn's rhythm because she has now thrown 3 straight balls. And then we're back to the beginning. So there we go. 3-2 is the count now to Barton, Emma Barton. She is the catcher. Swing and a miss. Barton goes down swinging. So we now have 2 outs. Runner still at first, and that's Mallory Barton. And now we have Alyssa Gosney coming to the plate. She's one of the subs for today. You can only field 10 or 11 players, but you have 12 players batting. And now we have Alyssa Gosney, number 1 at the plate. So that's 0-1. Up, Barton takes off, and the ball is dropped at second. So Barton is safe at second with a stolen base. So the count now is 0-2 to Gosney. So Virginia is looking to even the score up. Hold on a second. We have the Alabama coach coming to the umpire. And we have one of the parents throwing some barbs at the up, and the umpire and the coach turn around to tell him to knock it off. And another break in the action. All this does is keep Pettyjohn out of her rhythm. We did have some issues with delayed steals over the course of the tournament, and that has been the main gripe about that. And they're not allowed to go, stop, and then wait for the catcher to throw it back to the pitcher and then take off again, because that is a delayed steal, and that is against the rules. And that's what I guess a coach from Alabama is, or Leon Brosington, was asking the umpire about. Do you feel that was the case? And he said no. So the Alabama coach said okay, and then went back to the dugout. So it's 0-2, it's 1-2 right now, and she throws the second, and then now down to third, and the ball is dropped. So Barton steals third successfully. The count is 1-2 to Gosney. who now has a runner at third with 2 outs. If she gets a single or double or whatever, Vickers will definitely come in to score. I'm sorry, Barton will come in to score. My apologies. That ball is fouled off. I did not hear anybody yell, so it didn't hit anybody, so that's good. The fire truck's been nailed a few times. Or I believe it's the EMT crew. Yeah, it's still part of the fire department, yeah. So 1 and 2 to count. 2 outs here in the top of the second. And Virginia fouls it off, or I'm sorry, Gosney fouls it off. Of course, Virginia fouled it off, but it was Gosney at the plate. And it looks like Painter is up. There she goes. She's moving out of the line of sight for the pitcher and batter. 1 and 2 to count to Gosney with 2 outs. That's fouled off again. Gosney is hanging in there. Gosney has been nothing but a terror to pitchers. She will wear your arm down. She fouls them off a lot, or she'll just get on base. She is. Every time I look up, she's on base. But she knows how to swing. Oh, high ball 2. Pettyjohn looked like was walking off the mound at that point. Yeah, she was walking off the mound. Let me fix this part of the graphic. Barton's at third, not first. But Pettyjohn was walking off when it was still called a ball, so at ball 3. I don't know where the pitch was at as far as how the umpire was looking at it. Could have been a little low or a little inside. I'm at an angle, so I don't get the true sense of what the strike zone is. Oh, that takes care of that. Strike 3. Somehow in the end it all works out, right folks? So as we go to the bottom of the second, and Barton is left stranded, we will now go on to the bottom of the second with Alabama coming up to the plate, and we have number 36, Allie Armstead, Madison Painter, and number 1, Lucy Schroll, in that order. Mr. Schroll came up to me earlier before the broadcast and was thanking me for, the nice job we've been doing here with JockJive Sports. And but he also appreciated the fact that I took the effort to get these names proper on all the players, and especially his daughter, because a lot of people say Scroll because it's spelled Schroll. So it could be an odd spelling for scroll, but it is pronounced Schroll. And she's been happy, and they were laughing when I said roll with the Schroll. So that was he was pleased, and he was very thankful that we're trying to get everything correct here, even though we do make mistakes sometimes along the way. I figure pronunciation of players' names is something that they've earned and deserve. So, okay. Well, back to the game. We're in the bottom of the second. Score 1-0 Alabama over Virginia right now, and we have Allie Armstead, number 36, coming to the plate, and she bats left, and that is a strike. And the pitch, swing and a miss. Lane delivers a high, fast one, and Armstead went after it. Armstead gets back out on the mound, and she's on the pitching rubber and delivers a low and away ball. 1 and 2 to count to Armstead. And here comes the pitch from Lane. That is high and outside. Bringing the count even 2-2. The wind's still blowing. Now it's from center field into home plate. Swing and a miss. Armstead goes down swinging for the first out in the inning. Looks like we're going to have a pitcher's battle today. Like I said earlier, Lane's a good pitcher. I mean, there's really no fall off between her and Mallory Barton, but Barton is just slightly better. She has a faster release and speed on her arm, and that's a strike to Painter, and that is Madison Painter, number 5. She is a utility fielder or left center fielder. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Oh, I'm sorry. Swing and hits it to the shortstop, number 15, Reese Toombs, and she throws the ball over to Caden's friend for the out. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. And that's a 6-3 put out. Pitch from Lane. Swing by Schroll. It's 0-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. So 0-2 to count here in the with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. We got 2s over 0s right now if you're thinking about it. So if you play poker, got a full house. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Schroll goes down swinging on 3 straight strikes. So that'll take us to the top of the third. And Virginia will be coming to the plate with number 19, Zatria. I'm making sure they told me, and I'm trying to make sure I get this right. Zatria Whitehead. She's the left fielder, number 19. Followed by number 23, Aubrey Barton, number 4, and then number 7, Avery Barton, who is one of the substitutes. As Pettyjohn goes to the mound to warm up, we're going to go to a quick commercial break. All right, here we are back in the game is top of the third. And we have Zatria Whitehead at the plate. She's a left fielder. That is fouled off, so it's 0-1. And the umpire is checking out the balls to make sure that everything is safely in place. I think this ball is going to be replaced. Once you start having laces break and the cover starts to be affected, then that ball will be removed from the game. They want to make sure that all the balls have a top quality to them, so the pitcher has something to grab and the batter has something to hit. They don't want the integrity of the ball affecting the outcome of the game. And that ball is hit over to the second baseman, Perez, who throws it over to the first baseman, number 36, Allie Armstead. So that is 1 out. That is a 4-3 put out. And now Aubrey Barton, number 23, the second baseman for Virginia, comes to the plate. That is a swing and a miss. is strike 2. That is strike 3. She caught looking. So that's the second out of the inning. And now Avery Barton now comes to the plate, number 7. And the pitch to Barton. Now they got the scoreboard fixed. If you're wondering if I'm saying the name Barton a lot, I am. There's 4 of them. 2 are the daughters of the head coach, Brian Barton. One's a niece and one's a cousin. So I have a 1 in 4 chance of calling Barton and getting it right. And the pitch, low, ball 2. Sorry, I have this backwards. So 2-1 to count to Barton. And the pitch from Pettijohn is fouled way back. And the dust storm starts again. Yesterday I was getting some dust in my eyes due to the wind blowing directly from center field to home plate. I figured they have a 360-degree chance of doing it, but it seems to nail me at 180, 270 all the time. And that is ball 3. Another questionable pitch by Pettijohn. That is Pettijohn was smiling at the umpire on that one. So we have a full count, and I'm sure it's going to fire up for this pitch. Yeah, I saw that one coming. Pettijohn smiled during the previous pitch and then threw a rifle in there. So as Barton goes down on strikes, we now go to the bottom of the 3rd. And we will have Pittman, Hunter, and Hughes coming to the plate for Alabama. So far, we still have several players that have yet to bat. For Virginia, it's Tatum and Nelson. We've yet to see anything from them. And then on Alabama, it's Pittman, Hunter, Hughes, and Chapman. But we'll fix 3 of them now. Hey, if you got a few minutes while you're watching us on YouTube, the JockJive Sports YouTube page, if you like it, hit like below. But also, we're trying to get 5,000 subscribers, and because we had about 4,200 when we got here, when the programs or when the tournament started, and now we were about 850 away or 750 away. Now we're only like just under 200. And I had a running bet that I could get more subscribers to subscribe to our page than my boss, Robert Williamson, who was here for a better part of the entire tournament doing the other games that were going on. And I bet him that if I get more, I get a paid day off, and if he gets more, I work for a payless, free day of work. And we have Pittman at the plate. That is Graham Pittman, number 12, the right fielder. That is a strike. That's just fouled off. So if you would like to see me get a paid day vacation, I greatly appreciate it. You got to subscribe. It's free, and that means you can watch the live broadcast and for free. And then you will get sent information about upcoming events. Sporting events around the southeastern portion of the United States. We have a ball 1 on that pitch. And you get caught up in everything, and you get to all watch it live. Now, if you want to watch previous games, there's only a $25 subscription fee. That is a swinging strike to Pittman. $25 subscription. that you can watch all the past games, and it's only $25 a year, so that is a bargain. It's just over $2 a month. And a pitch and a swinging. Pittman goes down swinging for the third strike. So we have one out here now in the bottom of the third. Pittman went down on strikes. Now Kennedy Hunter, 0-0, comes to the plate. I always like to think of it as binoculars with the 2 zeros. So she has a set of binoculars on her back, or 2 eyeballs missing their pupils. And that is low, bouncing up to the plate. That is 1-0 to Hunter. But yeah, free emails coming to you to let you know what games are coming up. Just hit subscribe. We greatly appreciate it. And I appreciate the day off with some pay. That is a swinging miss. Strike 1 to Kennedy. Or, no, Hunter. Sorry. Kennedy Hunter is her name. She plays right center field. So 1-1-1. That is high, ball 2. But I would hold up my end of the bargain and work a day for free if I don't reach 5,000, or if I don't beat Robert with the amount of subscribers that I asked to get. And they can do that easily. They can count that easily by going to all the Angels games I did and all the Bells games I did. He did all the Ponytails and all the Darlings. So whatever feed comes in, that will be counted as that. That was a looking strike 2. For some reason, Hunter might have thought she was out and walked away in disgust, but then she realized she only had 2 strikes on her. So now she can refocus and get back into the box and see what she can do. And the pitch. High, ball 3. Full count to Hunter. I have been getting some very nice compliments from the people here, saying that people in their home states are listening and watching, stating that they are very enjoying my broadcasting quality very much, and I can't say thank you enough. I mean, really, from the bottom of my heart, sincerely, thank you very kindly. It means a lot to me. That looked like she was a partial swings. It went down. Yep, she swung. That was a check swing, but it went past the plate, so she is down on strikes. Hunter is now going back to the dugout. And Hughes will come to the plate. Mary Winslet Hughes, number 2. She's the left fielder for Alabama. So right now, Lane has struck out 3 in a row and 4 of the last 5. Like I said, it's going to be a pitcher's duel today. And as I say that, she throws another strike. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. 0-2 to count to Hughes. She steps back in the box. And gets set for the delivery from Lane. That is outside for ball 1. It's sort of like a ritual with Lane. When she gets out to the mound, she'll do a whirlwind with the ball in her hand and slap it into her glove. Kind of get into a rhythm or a sequence that gets her brain right to get ready to deliver the ball. But now it's 2-2 to Hughes with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third, with Alabama leading Virginia 1-0. And Lane looks in and pitches. Swing and a miss. Hughes goes down swinging. Like I said, pitcher's battle. Lane has now struck out 4 in a row and 5 of the last 6 batters. So we go to the top of the 4th. Virginia is running out of outs. They have 6 more outs. And they have yet to bat in this game. Madeline Tatum leading off, number 8. She's the left center fielder. And then Harley Nelson, number 16, the right fielder. And then followed by Reese Toombs, number 15, the shortstop. And we'll be back right after this break. All right, we're back here at the Grayson P. Austin Field of the J.E.J. Moore Sports Complex of the 2024 Dixie Softball World Series in Prince George County, Virginia. And yes, that is a mouthful. But that's what I'm trained to do, and that's what I'll do with great gladness and happiness. Because calling a game out here, oh, the sun's popping out, that's a good thing. Doing this job is not like work for me. It's like I get paid to do my most favorite thing, and then it's better than working in a cubicle. Oh, it looks like we have CBS Channel 6 local news here, and we have Tatum up at the bat. Madeline Tatum, number 8. She swings and misses, and it's a strike. And that ball is fouled off to the right, and number 36 for Allie Armstead was not able to get to the ball in time. So that's 0-2 now to Tatum. And the pitch. She looked like she was trying to swing, but she was able to hold it, and it was a little high, so it's ball 1. So no outs here in the top of the 4th. Virginia desperately trying to get a run across the plate to at least tie it up. A timeout. And the coach is talking to Vickers, the catcher. All right. Pettijohn is at the position of delivery. And that is fouled off, and Tatum almost took out her first base coach down there. That coach's box just east of the first base is like a target for the batters. I don't think that they do it on purpose, but it's 1-2 to count to Tatum. And the pitch. And that ball is hit over to the first baseman, Armstead, who grabs it for the out. So there's a 1 unassisted, or a P1 if you want to put it that way, or P3, sorry. First base is marked as the number 3 position. Pitcher being 1, catcher being 2, so on and so forth. All right, we have Harley Nelson coming to the plate, number 16. She's the right fielder. And Nelson might be small, but she's mighty. And the best thing about her is that she knows how to bunt. Swinging a strike. Oh, let me get that out of there and add this, and there we go. Now we're caught up. 0-2 to count to Nelson quickly with 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Swing and a miss. 3 strikes and an out. So now that we got 2 outs, now we go to the top of the order with Reese Toombs coming to the plate, number 15. She's the shortstop for Virginia. And that is a strike. And it looks like Lucy Schroll is wanting to get some face time or back time in the camera, since we can still see the batter and the pitcher. As high, ball 1. It looks like she's getting a little bit in the way. We're going to go over here. All right, that ball is hit over to the shortstop Perez, who tosses it to first base Armstead for the 3rd and final out in the inning. And that is it for Virginia in the top of the 4th. So that is a 4-3 putout. And Virginia is down to their last 3 outs coming up next inning. So we're in the bottom of the 4th, and we will have Chapman, Vickers, and Brasington. Chapman is yet to bat. She's the last player to bat, or to receive a bat. And we'll be back after this break.
Now pitching for Virginia, number 14, Caden Friend.
And we're back here at the Grayson P. Austin Field. Everybody's wrapping up their in-between innings of warm-ups. And we've had some changes. And the pitcher is no longer Jolie Lane. She's moved over to third base, while Caden's friend has moved to the pitcher. And Mallory Barton is at first. And that first pitch from Friend is a ball. And that is to Addison Chapman, number 22. She's one of the substitutes. As she steps back in. And that is a strike just on the outside corner. And that's high ball 2. All right, Chapman's back in the box. Kicks a little dirt and swings and misses, bringing the count even, 2-2. Two and two, says Blue. That is a gopher ball. 3-2, full count. And the pitch is hit to the over the first baseman's head, but the second baseman is able to get the ball. Oh, wow. Is she okay? Oh, she seems to be okay. And the umpire calls her out. Umpire calls Chapman out. The second baseman looking for number 4. There we go. Aubrey Barton, number 23, threw the ball to the first baseman, Mallory Barton. So it was a Barton-Barton combination. And the ball was thrown to her at an odd angle, and then Mallory Barton had to get in a certain situation to bend or twist her body and to get it, and she was able to land on the base before Chapman got to the base. And it was kind of a collision. I thought that Chapman accidentally kicked her Mallory in the head by trying to jump over her. So that was the whole issue there. So now that we got that all cleared up, it's 1 out. Chapman is out on a 4-3 putout, and we have Friend pitching now to Vickers, who is the catcher for Alabama, and she is the only scored run, or run scored here in the game. And the pitch is fouled off, 2-1. She was like a check swing, but the ball hit the bat, which constitutes a strike. All right, so now that we're all caught up. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Vickers steps out, takes a couple practice swings, wants to clear her head, gets herself settled. And the umpire, the first base umpire, is asking the players from inside the Alabama dugout to back up a little bit. They seem to be hanging out. And that ball is hit over to the third baseman, and a shortstop, and the ball bounces up her arm. That is Reese Toombs. The ball kind of took an odd bounce, went right up her left arm. So Vickers is safe at first. Yeah, I'm sorry for Reese, but that ball just took a wicked bounce and it went right up her left arm and bounced away, so she was not able to field it cleanly and allowed Vickers to score. And now we have number 9, Brasington, coming to the plate. She goes to shortstop, and she goes over and tags second base. And Vickers is now out at second, and Brasington is safe on first on a fielder's choice. So now we have 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th with 1 on. There we go. Got to get that taken care of. I'm the only one doing this. I got to make sure everything gets done. In fact, I'm the only one from JockJive here. Robert Williamson finished up when the Darlings finished their games yesterday, and Brasington goes down to second on the steal when the pass ball by Barton got away from her. So the count is 1-0 to Pettijohn, the pitcher for Alabama, and the delivery. Just caught the corner for strike 1. And the wind delivers some more dust in my face. I feel like I'm playing in the Sahara. And I don't mean Vegas. That is low, ball 2. Actually, the field's been in really good shape. I mean, considering all the rain they had last week and all the quick dry they had to dump on it, I'm just amazed that it's in such good condition. That is high, ball 3. But since then, hardly any rain, and with the dirt the way it is, as dirt is, as it dries out, it becomes more grainy and granular and easier to blow around. I don't think they have the budget to lay down a watering protecting line on it like they do every day at the Major League parks. You can see the grounds crew out there with a big hose wetting down the dirt so it doesn't blow away. And the pitch, that ball is hit over, almost hitting the umpire, and it's into center field a little bit. And Brasington is coming up. She thinks better about it and then goes back. All right, Brasington was thinking about going to coming home, but with 2 outs, and they didn't want to chance it, the ball was thrown in properly to Barton, the catcher, or Emma Barton. So now we have Pettijohn at second. We have Pettijohn at second, Brasington at third. 2 outs with White coming to the plate. That's Peyton White, and she was hit by a pitch the last time, and looks like the shortstop's getting a lot of business, and that is it. Toombs was involved in all 3 of those plays, and she throws it over to the first baseman who used to be Candace Friend but is now Mallory Barton. Mallory Barton stretched her body out to get that ball before Peyton White was able to get to the base. So that is a 6-3 put out. All right, as we go to the top of the 5th, the score remains 1-0 Alabama over Virginia. And Virginia is down to their last 3 outs. If Virginia loses, don't matter because they will have another game after this because right now Virginia is the only team that's undefeated. And they will have an hour break, and then Alabama and Virginia will be right back at it. But if Alabama wins, or if Virginia comes back and wins this game, the series is over. So it's either we're going to extra innings or we're going to play an extra game. And we'll be right back after this message. And thank you for listening and watching JockJive Sports presentation of the 2024 Dixie Softball World Series. And we're back here at the Grayson P. Austin Field of the J.E.J. Moore Sports Complex. And the home plate umpire is cleaning the home plate, but he does not get a clean plate award because there's still dirt on it. I don't think they really mind it, but as long as it has like 95% clearance, they're good. All right, as some of the commissioners for the league are now talking to the home plate umpire, I do not know what discussion is about. It might be the possibility if Alabama wins this game, when they will restart the time, because normally it's an hour, and it would be 1 o'clock would be the set time, but if they can push that further up to like say 12:30, it still would be within the hour guidelines, because we're trying to deal with the rain that's coming in this afternoon, and with the wind that's blowing, it might blowing a little faster. But we have Lee at the plate, number 10, Jolie Lane. I'm sorry, Marissa Lee, number 2. She's a right center fielder. Pettijohn pitches, and the count right now is 2-1 to Lee. But I think that what they might be talking about is because blowing a little bit and or considerably, and then we're trying to stave off from the playing in the rain again, or having the second game delayed if it's necessary. So that's what they're trying to work out. But if this game is over before 11:30, they can have the second game start at 12:30 instead of waiting to the normal 1 o'clock time, a slot that they've used before. So that is all that's getting taken care of. So we have a full count now here on Lee. She gets back in the box. And Pettijohn looks in on a Vickers and pitches. Strike 3 for the first out of the inning. Up, we're in the bottom of the 5th, not in the top. No, sorry, scratch. We are in the top. If Virginia doesn't score, we do not need or require a bottom of the 5th. So anyway, we're back to 1 out. And that was a strike 3 on Lee. And now Jolie Lane, who started the game pitching and is now the third baseman, number 10. She lays down a bunt right in front of Pettijohn, who throws it down to the first baseman. And Perez is the one covering because Armstead came in for the bunt. So Perez leaps a little bit to get the glove up there for the throw from Pettijohn, and looked almost surprised that the ball stayed in the glove. So that was kind of fun to watch. I mean, having the kids go, "Oh my God, I got that!" But they are a lot of time and effort. Oh, that went right back, and the foul ball hit off the umpire's mask, and then deflected to the left. But yeah, that was wow. I hope he's okay. So anyway, that was a 5-3 put out for Lane, if you're keeping score. But Friend had a foul ball that just rifled off the umpire's mask. Now, if they're volunteers, they're not getting paid enough. And if they're getting paid, they're not getting paid enough. They should get some combat pay. And that ball is bounced, chopped high down the first baseline. Armstead is able to grab the ball. And that is it. Alabama defeats Virginia, and Virginia receives its first loss of the tournament. So we are going to a final game. We are going to a final game. Looks like my departure is not imminent so far. And like I said, by the rules, we had to have a 1 hour delay between games to give the kids a rest. Oh, and just to let you know, that was a 5-3 put out as well. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It was a 3 unassisted because that was a high chop that Armstead grabbed. So that's a 3 unassisted. All right, they are talking. All right, they're going to shake hands, take a bit of a break, and then go from there. We're going to go into a minute-long break here, so we'll be right back. Back at the hotel. I didn't realize I was still alive. All right, so anyway, we got the information now. I'm glad you're still here, so this way I can give you the information about how we're going to start this. 11:40. It'll be 11:40 start time. It is now 11:08, so they had up to an hour is what the rule says. My apologies on the discrepancy there. If any of the coaches said they want the full hour, they can take it. They have that option. But since that was the conversation that was going on between the commissioners and the umpire, after the game, the umpires discussed it with the coaches. Coaches decided because of the weather and because they really want to get this over with and get out of here and get home because everybody's been gone for about a week, they were going to take the 30-minute break, and each decided that's what they agreed on. So right now the field crew is taking care of this, and we're going to create another link. And I'm going to shut this one down here momentarily. We're going to create another link, and then we're going to have the game start at 11:40 right here on the JockJive Sports Network on the YouTube page that you're following, and then we'll be back. Thanks for watching this game. The final score, Alabama 1, Virginia nothing. For JockJive Sports, I'm Trey James, and thank you for watching the 2024 Dixie Softball World Series. We're going to a playoff. Thank you. God bless. Goodbye, and see you in about 20 minutes.